The Victory Choir. Crystal is the director. Oh, those wonderful songs. Hallelujah. And now, our First Lady, Mother Holmes, she's going to come up and share something. You got something good for us? All right. You know, it's so good to hear from her. You know, the Lord be moving in her heart. And that's why we have her as my wife and also the mother of the Victory in Jesus Church, because there's sometimes you need to hear some good news. And so I don't know how the Lord's going to lead her. Sometimes she'll bring us some wonderful stories that the Lord put on her heart to encourage us. And then sometimes she'll bring a little talk, whatever God puts on her heart today. So let us receive it by saying, praise the Lord, Mother Holmes.
It's really good to be in the house of the Lord one more time. Thank the Lord for waking me up this morning to see another day in Him. Thank the Lord for just continuing to be my help and to be my strength. I give honor to our pastor, our guests here, our members. I thank God for just being the God that He is, and being an on-time God, and knowing even what we have need of even before we ask. I thank the Lord for just continuing to heal my body as I go forth, and the enemy has just been attacking in so many different ways. And but we thank God anyway for most of all for His Holy Ghost, for the Holy Ghost being a keeper, for the Holy Ghost being a revealer, for it being a healer, for it being all the things that the Bible said that it would be. I thank the Lord for Victory in Jesus Church, being over here in this part of the vineyard, and for what we represent here on this side. And thank the Lord for people knowing that they have a place that they can come to if they so desire for their lives to be changed. I'm going to read a short story. I read something, it's a fictional story, but it speaks to scriptures in the Bible and our daily way of living, the way that we should live our lives. So many times we come across people or circumstances whereby maybe someone needs help or something, and we should think about how God would respond or would want us to respond. In the book of St. Matthew's chapter, you have to turn there to a couple of verses, chapter 25, verse number 35, it reads, "For I was an hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me." And that's what this little story is all about. And the story, as I said, it's a fictional story, but it causes you to think. And it's called Dear Ruth. It is. Ruth went to her mailbox, and there was only one letter there. She picked it up and looked at it before opening it. But then she looked at the envelope again. There was no stamp, no postmark, only her name and address. So she read the letter. It said, "Dear Ruth, I am going to be in your neighborhood on Saturday afternoon, and I'd like to stop by for a visit. Love always, Jesus." Now Ruth's hands were shaking as she placed the letter on the table. Why will the Lord want to visit me? I'm nobody special. I don't have anything to offer. With that thought, Ruth remembered her empty kitchen cabinets. Oh my goodness, I don't have anything to serve him. I'll have to run down to the store and buy something for dinner. So she reached for her purse and getting cold cuts, she thought. So she threw on her coat and hurried out the door. A loaf of French bread and a half-pound of sliced turkey and a carton of milk, she said. Now Ruth's grand total was left her with 12 cents to her name until Monday. Nonetheless, she felt good as she headed home, her meager offerings tucked under her arm. As she was going home, though, a voice spoke. "Hey, lady, can you help us? Hey, lady." Ruth had been so absorbed in her dinner plans, she hadn't even noticed 2 figures huddled in an alleyway, a man and a woman, both of them dressed in a little more than rags. "Look, lady, ain't got a job, you know, and my wife and I been out here on the street. And well, you know, it's getting cold out here, and we're kind of hungry. Well, if you could help us, lady, we'd really appreciate it." Ruth looked at them both. They were dirty. They smelled bad. And she was certain in her own mind that if they really tried, they could probably find work. "Sir, I'd like to help you, but I'm a poor woman myself. All I have is a few cold cuts and some bread. And I'm having an important guest for dinner tonight. And I was planning on serving that to him." "Yeah, well, I understand. Okay, lady, but thanks anyway." The man put his arm around the woman's shoulder, turned and headed back into the alley. As she watched them leave, Ruth felt a familiar twinge in her heart. "Sir, wait a minute." The couple stopped and turned as she ran down the alley after them. "Look, why don't you take this food? I'll figure out something else to give to my guest." She handed the man her grocery bag. "Thank you, lady. Thank you very much." "Yes, thank you." It was the man's wife. And Ruth could see now that she was shivering. Ruth says, "You know, I've got another coat at home. Here. Why don't you take this one?" Ruth unbuttoned her jacket and slipped it over the woman's shoulders. Then, smiling, she turned and walked back to the street. Without her coat and with nothing to serve her guest. "Thank you, lady. Thank you very much," he said. Ruth was chilled by the time she reached her front door, and she was worried too. The Lord was coming to visit, and she didn't have anything to offer him. She fumbled through her purse, looking for the door key. But as she did, she noticed another envelope in her mailbox. That's odd. The mailman doesn't usually come twice in one day. So she took the envelope out of the box and she opened it. "Dear Ruth, it was so good to see you again. Thank you for the lovely meal. And thank you, too, for the beautiful coat. Love always, Jesus."
Oh, my. Let's give that First Lady.